Hi Rafa, I am Manuela Virgues and now I'm going to talk about the juices project of waste. So for this case, I chose two fruits, passion fruit that weighed 770 grams and lulo that weighed 813 grams. For prepping the fruit, I peeled the lulo and cut the passion fruit in half and took out just the pulp of the fruit. And the rest of it, the waste that was the shell, I weighed it, and at the end we had that the shell of passion fruit was 530 grams and the pulp was 232 grams. And for the lulo, the waste for shell it was 146 grams and for the pulp it was 648 grams at the end. Then in both cases, I did the same process, put the pulp in the blender, add water and sugar, blended it and then strain it. After having done the juices, we ended up with 1 liter of juice of each one, and the shell of the passion fruit was 530 grams and the seeds were 88 grams, and for the lulo it was the shell 146 grams and the seeds were 75 grams. So now for calculating the waste, we had that passion fruit had a shell of 530 grams plus the 88 grams of the seeds. That ends in a 568 grams in waste in total. That means a percentage of 73.77. And the waste of the lulo were the seeds, 75 grams, plus the 146 grams of the shell. It ends in 221 grams, and this means a percentage of waste of 77.18%. Now in this case we have the data of the passion fruit. The real cost was 7,889 pesos. The waste was 73.77%. That means 4,316. It means almost half or more than half the price. And then standard cost without waste obviously will be 3,473. For the data of the lulo juice, we have that the real cost was 8,300. The waste that was 77% was in terms of money 1,709 pesos, and the standard cost was 6,590 pesos. So now we have to conclude answering the two questions of the project. The first one was which one is the fruit with the most waste per liter of juice. So in this case the passion fruit is the one that has a waste that is bigger. It is 73.77%, and in terms of waste about money it is 4,316 pesos. It is almost half of the real cost, and the standard cost will be, as I said, half of the price if we didn't have that amount of waste. And the second question was which one is the most rentable juice in terms of waste. In this case it will be the lulo juice, because even though it is the lulo fruit has a higher price, the waste is like half of the other waste, so it will be more rentable to use this kind of fruit because you could use less fruit in order to produce more liters and you will have less waste, so the standard cost wouldn't be as different as the real cost in that case, and it wouldn't happen in the passion fruit. And that's it. Thank you, teacher.